I think I need to do a lot more digging because I think my total debt probably equals. Hi, so my name is Alex and I'm in a lot of debt. How much debt? A lot. So this year, 2025, it's gonna be the year that you and I get in this journey and try to get rid of as much debt as possible. It's gonna be a game, it's gonna be serious. So why don't you join me in this journey? So everyone, welcome to Making Sense. I don't know if the name kind of, makes sense to anyone, but it makes sense to me because we're penny crunching at this point. You are probably someone who is struggling financially, or maybe you are a little bit better off. I think I do really well. I have an amazing job. I also do real estate part-time. So I figure like I'm in a position in my life where I think I'm making the right moves, right? So I'm making money from different sources. I have other investments that I'm making money from, and this is what's keeping me afloat. And all of that is thanks to, I guess, a journey that I've been over the last 45 years. Yes, I'm 45. Do I look it? No, yes. Do I? I don't know. I kind of maybe not, maybe don't look it. But anyways, I just want to, if this is something that's going to interest you, please support the channel, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bells before you move on right now. You're gonna have an opportunity throughout the video to do it at any point, but why don't you just do it now? It's free, helps me out, and it's really gonna help me on this journey to get rid of all this debt. So please like, subscribe, comment, and also share this video. So let's begin by kind of telling you a little bit more about myself, right? So I was born and raised in the Dominican Republic. I'm an immigrant in the United States. And just like anyone who migrates to the United States, we come here with this amazing dream of being in a better financial position. Over the last 20, 30 years that I've been here, I've been very fortunate and very blessed that I've been able to generate income and help my family, help them in so many different ways that I don't think it would have been possible for me to do that where I was born, right? Unless I would have had a really, really incredible opportunity, just like I had the opportunity to come here. My dad and my mom were not born in the US. I was not born in the US. So I'm like a second generation immigrant, right? Because my dad came, then he married my mom, she came over, and then they brought me once my mom, had me in the ER, and I was left over there with my grandparents, which is the traditional thing for a lot of immigrants to do. And so you come here, you try to build a better life, eventually you bring your kids over. And so I'm an immigrant, right? So I came here for the American dream, and I think I'm living it because I live in an amazing, home. I have a condo here. I have 2 condos in the Dominican Republic, a house in the Dominican Republic, which I bought for my mom when she retired. It's paid off, but the condos are not, right? So a lot of that debt, which the reality is, I don't know. I think I need to do a lot more digging because I think my total debt probably equals around $350,000. That's a lot. Let's take a moment. Let's pause right there because $350,000 is a lot of debt, right? Some of that, it's, as they say, good debt, right? Because if you have a credit card, bad debt, right? But if you have a home, then it's good debt. So I have 3 really good debts that it's probably equals, let me see, so 160 plus another 100. Yeah, that's about $270,000 worth of debt in real estate. Then I have a car and so many other things. But like I said, I came to the US, I studied here, I went to college here, and I got a good job a couple of years after I graduated college. Because when I graduated college, I just got a job as a teller at a bank. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I found the nonprofit sector, which is where I work, to be the sector that I wanted to focus in. And So I stay there, and I stuck to that, and it has been a very rewarding experience for me. Just because it's nonprofit doesn't mean there's no money. It just means that our funding comes from government sources. We provide free services for the community. So nonprofit doesn't mean that I'm doing it for free, because I'm not. You know, I guess over the years, I was very zealous about, growing and studying, doing so many things. And, when I was in college, I had my first credit card. I think it was a sophomore going into my junior year. I had a part-time job in the school. So I don't know why they decided to give me $1,000 worth of credit, right? But luckily, I had some foundation from high school that I had an economics teacher. He was amazing. I think it was Goka. I think his name was, Mr. Goka. He was great. He really planted that seed in us about growing financial awareness, right? How can we make more money besides just, getting a job? And I remember some people from Wall Street would come down. They gave us $5,000 to invest. They gave a first, second, and third prize. I think I got second in the project. I was down by a couple of $100, but at the end of the project, I had like $20,000-$30,000 worth. That kind of got me excited to think like I could take money and I can just did nothing. I put the money, I invested it. They came back. They asked me, do you want to keep it? Do you want to buy something? Do you want to sell it? And I make those decisions back when I was like around 14, 15, 16, right? So I was in a great program. Shout out to Walton High School. If anybody is here from Walton, whoop, whoop, right? Then I went to college. I got an amazing scholarship to go to New York Institute of Technology. Go Wildcats, right? So one of the things that I wanted to do when I was in college was, I wanted to be part of a community that was, growing as far as, expanding my social network, right? Because I grew up in the Dominican Republic. I was raised practically in the Bronx. Going into college in the city in Manhattan, that was like amazing for me, in which I got an opportunity to interact with people from all over the world, because NYIT at that time was an international school. So we had a lot of students coming from Israel and Asia and South America, all over Europe, right? So it was really interesting to get that different flavor and sort of taste of different cultures. So I'm very appreciative of that. But the time came that I graduated. I accumulated very little debt, right? Because I had great counselors that did not let me take student loans. But at the end of the day, I took a student loan to kind of finance my, last year or two of college, right? I needed extra money for some things. I bought my ring, which I kind of lost. It's very sad. I loved my college graduation ring. I went on a trip to Florida. I was working out there, and I went to the beach, and I was stupid enough, and the ring kind of like just slipped out when I was swimming in the beach. I didn't think, oh, let me take it off. I didn't think about it, just jumped in, and that happened a few seconds later. What happened was that, I needed to kind of pay off those things, and I didn't think about it. And so I just took those loans. And basically when I graduated, I had credit cards. I needed to make ends meet. I was helping out my mom at home. And so all these things amounted to me in my 20s being, as Susie Orman said it, young, fabulous, and broke. That's a great book, anybody. So if you look here, I might put the picture of the book here. Just look for it, find it. It's an amazing read. And so she's been like my go-to person. Shout out to Susie Orman. I had an opportunity to meet her a long time ago. And so I kind of like always was in that environment that I had a lot of people around me talking about finance that kept me aware, because otherwise I would have been in a lot of financial trouble. That being said, it didn't quite clear everything up, because the more and more we make in our jobs, the more and more we're spending. And I ended up spending a lot of money. And so I have to say that it was really challenging, and I was always like a dog chasing its tail, probably never going to reach that. And so it's important to recognize and acknowledge that, because I don't think I would have been here today, right now, where I am, without taking certain risks to make more money, but at the same time, some risks paid off, other risks did not. And now I'm here because I want to talk to you about how 2025 is going to be the year that I'm going to use all of the information that I've accumulated to kind of get started. So if you're looking for a channel that it's going to walk, I'm going to walk through with all of this. I'm not a financial advisor. I did take the financial advisor course, kind of finished some courses and some, during the pandemic, I didn't quite get to finish. But I guess this is the reason I'm here, right? Because I want to talk to all of you about it. I think it's a crisis right now in America where people are not realizing that they are in a crisis. And so that side is my side of saying, I want something new. I want something different. And 2025 is going to be that year. So I've been accumulating all this information for a long time. So this channel is going to be about getting rid of debts, right? So that's one and foremost. And like I mentioned before, I am not a financial advisor at all. So if you need financial advice, please go seek that from a professional. I am not a professional. This is my journey. And so we're going to get that done together. Financial notices that we're going to be talking about are going to be getting rid of debts, right? This term that I've been hearing a lot about, and that's what I'm doing in 2025, which is velocity banking. That is when you're using a system that is not your typical banking system to get rid of debt. So I'm kind of speeding up how I save my money, which I have zero savings right now. And I'll explain to all of you that in another video, but this is going to be about that, about the things that I have done to get to where I'm at, the investments that I'm making. And so there's a lot going on. Like, this is good. I'm like, it's scaring me just to think that I'm going to be so vulnerable, that I'm going to reveal so much information, because I want this taboo to be gone, right? I think people are really scared to talk about their finances. I think people are really mistrustful of others to really talk about this. And I have friends that we have this conversation all the time. Shout out to those people who have these conversations with me, right? And so I wanted to make sure that I share my journey with all of you. So I love you and I appreciate all of you and I appreciate your time. Please leave me a comment if you have a question in particular. So I'm going to try to release 1 or 2 videos a week. I'm also going to do some short reels to kind of keep you on the loop as to what I'm doing, what I've done over the last few weeks to kind of prepare for this, to get me to the point in 2025 where I'm starting this journey. But starting today, 2025, let's see where we're going to be at in a couple of months, by mid-year, by the fall, and by 2026. So I wanted to do those check-ins in there, right? I'm going to show you what I'm going to do in between. I'm going to talk a lot of different stuff, but that's it. So if you want to support me, if you want to support the channel, if you don't want to miss any of this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell button so you don't miss any of these videos. And leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you want to think. Let me know where you're from. What is your financial goals for 2025? And that being said, my financial goals for 2025 are to get rid of 40% of my commercial debt. It's a lot, or 50%. I can probably do 50 or maybe even more. If I'm $80,000 in debt this year, my goal is to get rid of, using some of these systems, to get rid of at least 50. Right? So I want to get rid of $40,000 to $50,000 of debt. So are you down for that? Are you down? Let's do it. Let's go. Come on, folks. This is our year. 2025 is your year, my year. By the way, I have this amazing plant that my mom gave me here. So my mom gave me this. She said it was a money tree, which she got it from a friend as a gift to me. And she gave me this one. And I nurture plants, right? I talk to them all the time. She knows, she's very nice. And so this is the main one. And now I got 2 little babies, but guess what? Down here, this one is sprouting a new one. So hopefully 2025 means there's gonna be sprouting more money for me. Oh my God, wow. Which in turn means more money for my family and my friends. Friends, not so much, okay? So no mooching. But yeah, this is it. So this is my money plant, and I think this is gonna be it. So, but I don't believe in, superstition, but hey, it's worth it. So money tree right here. So thank you, everyone. I really appreciate all of you. I know it's a long video, but I hope that you got something out of it. You kind of got to know me a little bit more, and you'll get to know more and more and more as time passes by. So please leave a comment down below. Let's create a community that we can learn and talk to each other, because I really would appreciate getting to know you, getting to know your journey. And if you want to do this with me, I'm down. So let's go. Let's do this.